You know, I get a little scared sometimes when I think when things are going well or when things are feeling good. It's like, you know, I don't know how to handle it. I think there's a little part of me that feels like, oh, you don't deserve it, or something's wrong. I think I'm just so used to the feelings inside of me over the years not being good ones that that those are the footprints. Those are the footprints I continue to walk in. I'm tired of also not even being there for myself. I mean, that's the loneliest, bro, when you don't even have yourself. Because you've set up so many little goals for yourself and not achieved them every time and time again that you don't even trust yourself. In my experience, because I mean, I've had a recent experience with this of just being sick of myself, man. I got sick of myself this year. You know, one of the best years of my life in some circles, and I just didn't feel good. You know, I didn't, and it's not, and so what I was doing was I wasn't doing anything to take care of myself, really. I had to start doing things different. I had to take action. You know, and I'm not telling you what to do, but what has worked for me is taking action. You know, my father, obviously, I've mentioned, was 70 when I was born. He was 70 years old. So when I got to know him, he was 75, 77, 70. You know, about 80 by the time I kind of really got a good look at him. And watching him move and watching him be unable to do things. Watching him rest. I think I was always extremely hard on people. That's the number one note people have given me. And you're so hard on yourself. And I think I used to think that if I wasn't hard on myself, well, I expected myself to be perfect, so then I would never was, because it's impossible. So then, therefore, I'm so hard on myself. You know? Because I thought that I wasn't cared for as a child, and I'm not trying to self-pity. I'm just looking at what was a part of my life. That I wasn't cared for as a child, so therefore I took it on myself. Oh, if I was better, if I was perfect, then I would be loved. You know? I'm not perfect enough. That's the thing about being alone. It's not that you feel like you don't have anybody. It's like you feel like nobody has you. I don't need you. That's what it was. That's what it is. Somewhere a long time ago, I needed somebody, and they didn't do it. And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me.
Usually when people ask how I'm doing, the real answer is I'm doing shitty. But I can't say I'm doing shitty because I don't even have a good reason to be doing shitty. So if I say I'm doing shitty, then they say, why? What's wrong? And I have to be like, I don't know, all of it.
Man, I just want to feel something, man. I just want to feel something.
You're just going to get older and harder and more alone. And you're going to do everything you can to fill that hole with friends and your career and meaningless sex, but the hole doesn't get filled. And one day, you're going to look around and you're going to realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. And that is the loneliest feeling in the world.
I'm just afraid that if I died today, that my life would have amounted to nothing.
You know, sometimes I felt so hurt as a kid. I hold on to that hurt because sometimes it's the only relationship I had with my mother was that I was angry at her. you know, and it's all I had. It's the only thing that I had. So it was like so hard to let it go. It's been hard to let it go. Because the only thing that I had was my anger, or my uncomfort, or my pain. It was so hard to let it go. It's like a blanket, you know, it's like I know this isn't good for me, but somehow it keeps me warm a little. What else would I tell myself? Everything's gonna be okay. Everything you're worried about is gonna be okay. What I'm saying is I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life.
Someone else spoke to me the way that I speak to myself, I'd have to kill that son of a bitch because, I couldn't tolerate that. I don't know why we're just so mean to ourselves, man.
The biggest thing I have to learn is to ask for help. That's the biggest thing. I get a little scared sometimes when I think when things are going well, or when things are feeling good. It's like, I don't know how to handle it. I think there's a little part of me that feels like, you don't deserve it, or something's wrong. I think I'm just so used to the feelings inside of me over the years not being good ones that that those are the footprints. Those are the footprints I continue to walk in.